Hello everyone, my name is Kitamati of JP Niche Gaming. We are playing the full version, the complete version of Little Goody Two Shoes today. I am so excited. First, we're going to go ahead and go to the settings. Let's check that out. Okay, so voice language, we can choose between Japanese or English. We can also go to general here and change the speed, auto wait time, etc. And there doesn't appear to be an instant option, which is fine. You know what? I do not have my controller. Clicked it. Just one moment. Oh no. I'm gonna have to shop this, potentially. Or maybe it's fast. Maybe it's fast. Yay, it's fast. Okay. So, thank you for your patience. Master. I'm gonna change the all of these things. Maybe the sound effects can be a little higher. Because they can really drown out my voice. Voice acting, yes. So I imagine that this final version has full voice acting, but I'm not sure. Any parts that are not voiced, I will cover them. I will voice them. So safety settings. So I'll have some links in the description of the demo, which I also did some content on. Let's do a new game. Once upon a time, in the heart of a valley, an elderly woman ventured deep into the woods in search for mushrooms. When all of a sudden she heard a loud cry in the distance. My goodness! Cradled inside a rope basket was a cheerful baby girl. Oh my, what do I do? Worry not, my dear. I'll name you Elise. And so Holly and Elise spent their days together in the village of Kieferberg. As both grew closer, so did their love for one another. Look, Granny, look! Foo foo foo. Well done, Elise. Not all bliss lasts forever, and as time went by, so did Holly's. I'll take care of you. I'll do whatever it takes, Granny. Don't cry, my love. You've always said you wanted it. I'm sure you'll cherish it. So she laughed on her deathbed. What a dream. Granny! I love you, Elise. Thank you for granting my only wish. For goodness sake, there goes my last match. So, I need to check. Is there voice acting? Why can I not hear voice acting? I'm so tired of this place. Wash my sheets, Elise. Sweep my floors, Elise. Elise, Elise, Elise. I'd show them. I'd make them scrub my pots and pans, my shoes even. Have them wipe down all my windows, every last one. Clean out my hearth and fetch me some water. Better yet, I'd have them running around calling me Miss Elise all day. Oh, if only I were rich. All the steak I could ever want. All the shiny dresses. One for each day of the week, with shoes and jewels to match. And maids, all the maids I could ever want. Oh, if only. Well, one can dream. Elise! Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, I think that's a guy actually coming towards us. Yeah, 3 guys. On your way home, lass? What are you doing wandering about in the dark, Elise? You ought to know it's dangerous out here. I'm not wandering about, Mr. Ludwig. I've been working late, if you'd so kindly believe. You know better than to put yourself in danger, Elise. If anyone's putting me in danger, it's you. I'd be home already had you not stopped me for an earful. Come now, Elise, we've got good reason to worry. All this vigilance. For what? What am I to be afraid of? A witch? Watch your words, Elise. You're not to question such matters. What do you say we walk you home? Gosh, they're so pushy. I believe I'll be just fine on my own, Mr. Heinrich. Heinrich. No more detours, Elise. It's for your own good. Lest I come across the witch, I know. Let us hope you don't come to regret your words, lass. I would never regret my words. I mean, as long as I'm Elise. Oh, I can't stand these folks. Movement. Right trigger to run. Let's interact with the sign. This thing's so faded, I can't even read it. Left is unknown. Primmeldorf, Kieferberg Peaks. I'm sure I'm getting a lot of pronunciations incorrect. I'll find out later. Oh, I do enjoy the nighttime graphics quite a bit. The daytime graphics are also very beautiful. I would say pretty much everything in this game is beyond beautiful. Pine tree this, pine tree that. Everything's about pine trees around here. Right is Kieferberg Viewpoint, and left is Kieferberg Peak. I don't think I can go that other way, so I'll just continue this way. Oh, there's a shiny thing. Item get. Acquired 1 grape. Grapes. 1 grapes. Nice. We're gonna need a lot of food in this game. That's what I learned when I played the demo. Oh, for goodness sake. She said that too. It's impossible to keep this lantern lit in this wind. Guess I'll be finding my way home in the dark, I suppose. Oh, there's a bird. Save often. Make sure you use up all your save slots to avoid too much backtracking. Save your progress? Yes. I want to see 20 files. 20 is nice. 20 is very, very nice. I also really like the look of this save screen. I think this whole game is immaculate. Let's go ahead and head into our house.
What in the Lord's name?
I ought to find my matches. Let's go find our matches. I ought to find my tinderbox and light a fire. It's too dark to tell what happened here. At least they didn't get into this trunk. Despite its visibly worn appearance, the old trunk keeps its contents safe and secure. There are a lot of things to look at. We have a chair that's been tipped over. Who in the Lord's name got into my house? Oh, thank goodness they didn't touch Granny's spinning wheel. I don't have the time to tidy this mess up. A big, shiny iron pot. Its inner surface is covered in scratches. Item get, I have a broom. If I can start cleaning around here. I ought to find my tinderbox. Okay, yes, dark to tell what happened. Out the back door. I'm not leaving until I make sense of what happened here. I'm gonna go upstairs. Oh my. Oh, oh gosh. I am mashing A. What? What was that thing? I was dreaming, or... You were dreaming. What was I thinking leaving it here? Item get. Acquired 1 tinderbox. I ought to light the fire now. Use the lantern. Reserve your matches. Light your lantern using matches. Be careful not to waste them. So if I just put it away, then I think I'll try to put it away as much as I can. This thing's not working, is it? I ought to have a word with Mr. Wilhelm sometime soon, I suppose. The clock's hands grate dutifully through time, struggling to turn with each passing second. Look in here again. So much for St. Walpurga's protection. I ought to have thrown you out long ago, lassie. Palms joined in prayer, the wooden statue of St. Walpurga grants protection to the faithful. It's been a long time since I've gone into Granny Holly's room. Not that there's anything to see there, anyhow. So, a lot of endings, 10 of them. Very nice. I really ought to go through all this junk sometime, I suppose. A small wooden trunk filled with various knickknacks. Whoever broke into my home must be out there somewhere. How am I to sleep like this? Shuddering in the wind, the glass panes tremble in their wooden frames. She has a nice bed. I like everything about this game. In fact, I was just thinking about one of my all-time favorite games, Legend of Mana, and how I would do anything for a remake that had an aesthetic as beautiful as this one. It's very high praise from me towards this title. Oh, here we go. Its visuals are just delightful. Good grief. What if it was that witch the townsfolk have been going on about? No, keep it together, Elise. It was definitely a burglar. That said, I'm not going anywhere without my broom. Well, we have a broom. What's this filthy thing on my wall? Whoever broke into my house is getting a proper earful. That's what. It's no use going in the pantry, is it? There's nothing to eat in this house. So she goes out to get, well, bread. We'll see that soon enough. She's going to go out this back door first. How long has it been since I last used this thing, I wonder? Stringy cobwebs and dust cling to the old oven's wooden doors as though sealing them. I am hiding in the back here. Now, I think I was supposed to go out the opposite door, was I? Well, let's just continue this way first. Oh, it's so pretty. Shameless thief. Give me back all you took. Right now. Wait, please. Please forgive me. Oh, this art. Explain yourself, you wretch. What were you doing in my house? Wait, please don't hit me. I was just hiding. There were these men, and I won't ask you a second time, thief. Give me back everything you took, right now. I didn't take anything. I was just scared. Please, I beg of you. Show me your hands. I didn't take anything, ma'am. Now show me your pockets, and make it quick. I keep telling you I didn't steal anything, ma'am. This is all I have, I swear. Coins and weeds? What are you doing up here in the mountains? I'm a traveler, ma'am. Turn around. You say you're a traveler. Are you all by yourself? Yes, I'm traveling alone. I hoped I could rest for the night in this village, but I saw some people walking in the woods. It frightened me, so I ran to find some place to hide. Be that as it may, you're still Please forgive me, ma'am. I didn't mean to make such a mess. Would you stop calling me that? I'm sorry. Goodness sakes. All right, well, I might let you go if you can prove your innocence, that is. I don't know what else I can do, ma'am. Well, you can start by cleaning up this mess. And then you can... Ma'am? Yes, that's it. A maid. Listen carefully now. First, you'll be tidying up the mess you've made. In fact, you can clean my whole house, from top to bottom. That'll teach you not to go storming into strangers' homes. Ma'am, complaining already, are you? Wouldn't you agree this is the least you can do? Oh, of course. I'll gladly do it, ma'am. Good. And in exchange, I suppose you can stay here. But no more thieving. I am not a thief, ma'am. I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. Anyhow, you work for me, and I'll give you a place to stay. Fair enough, wouldn't you say? It does sound fair, ma'am, and it is very kind of you, but... I am not a thief. Fine, you're not a thief. Now, would you stop calling me ma'am? Do I look like an old hag to you? You don't. I apologize. My name is Elise, and you'd best remember it. Ah, yes. I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Oh, I like these too, these little scenes. Selenic Wanderer. Roseanne Marine. My name is Roseanne Marine. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Elise. For goodness sake. Okay, I need to not laugh when I say for goodness sake. Just Elise is fine. Come now, you have a lot of work to do. Yes, of course. Oh, fated encounter. Discover the thief inside the granary. I'm gonna go back in there. Maybe there's a secret in here. Nope, none. I like that we can run inside of buildings. That's nice. I also like how the camera pulls out to show us a beautiful scenic view. I ought to keep my mouth shut about this whole ordeal. I can't imagine what would happen if those folks caught wind of this. Kieferberg's rooftops decorate the rolling hills far off in the distance. There is magic going on in this world. I'm quite fond. How could you even do all this? Look at my floors. I'm so sorry. Even Granny's plates shattered to pieces. What are you, a wild boar? I'm surprised you didn't break my windows and tear down the walls. All right, well, you know what you did. Anyhow, here, look this. Make certain you get into every nook and cranny, you hear? Yes, ma'am. While you're at it, you can sweep the chimney and clean out the fireplace, too. Oh, and wipe that stain off my wall and wash all my windows. I want this place sparkling by the time I wake up tomorrow. Understood? Of course, ma'am. And I told you to quit calling me that. I'm sorry. Come now, let me show you to the well out the back. Anything to make up for what I've done. Look here, lassie, I have no good reason to trust you. I didn't mean to. Every single corner of this house is to be absolutely spotless by sunrise. Dare to cross me even once, and I'll be having a word with the townsfolk. Are we clear? Yes, Elise. I'm sorry. I'll do my best. Be careful not to wake me either. I have Sunday Mass to attend tomorrow. I'll keep quiet. Good night, Elise. Oh. Let's talk to her one more time. It's best I leave her be. I just gave her quite the earful. Is something the matter, Elise? No, it's nothing. Sure hope this is recording. I'm putting a lot into it. I can redo it, though, if it didn't turn out. Now you've done it, Elise. There was hardly a need to be that harsh, but still. What if she's dangerous, or worse, even? What if she's the witch the townsfolk have been talking about? Oh, what would Granny Holly do, I wonder? She didn't raise me to be like this. I even threatened to tell on her, too. What's done is done, I suppose. I'll make sense of it tomorrow. It's best I go to bed. Sunday. First day of Sunday. So in the upper left corner, you can see that we lost one bread. It's really not good to lose any bread, but we're going to get more bread. It's morning already. I can't be late for Sunday Mass, or Father Hans will... Good grief. What was I thinking? She's probably taken everything I own by now. Managing stamina, you will lose one bread for each time period that passes by. That's 6 times a day. Manage your normal food and key items through the item menu. You can consume little girls and use hand items through the item menu as well. I don't know. What is this? I think this is just a way for us to look at the endings menu. So this is the menu. We haven't opened the map yet. The map is quite beautiful once we open it. Items, we need to collect bread. We have 1 bread. It's one of the big goals in this game is collecting food, because from what I've played of the demo, it can get pretty intense as far as the amount of food that you need. And it's always worth it to spend your money on some food. Let me take a look again. All right, I just want to make sure that yep, okay. Good. Oh no! Where am I? It just exited back to OBS. All right, well, note, I am going to do a cut right here. I'm going to check the file, make sure it works, and I'll be right back. Hello everyone, I am back. I've made some adjustments. I hope that the background audio is a little bit longer for this video. So I just adjusted it just slightly since I have some ongoing issues with having my voice drowned out by things. Let's save these settings. And now we're just going to move along quickly. The daytime graphics are quite lovely. Oh, look at how sparkling everything is. Or maybe not. Doesn't seem like she took or broke anything, but... Hey! Rose Marine! Rose Marine! Was that her name? Can't believe she tidied up and left just like that. I didn't even give her anything to eat last night. The poor thing. Now where could she have gotten to? Alright. Zach, I am always scared. Alright, good. I just check OBS every so often. It's no use going in the pantry, is it? There's nothing to eat in this house. I'm gonna go out the back door. We can see so much better in the daytime. Wonder if I should see if there are any adjustments for how dark the game gets. Could probably just adjust my screen. Look at how beautiful this game is. And so nostalgic. It reminds me of watching old 90s anime, maybe some 80s ones, early 2000s. Imagine the things I could do with my time if it weren't for Sunday Mass. Kieferberg's rooftops decorate the rolling hills far off in the distance. There you are. Honestly, what are you doing here? I'm sorry. Oh, she said it. I was intending to leave first thing in the morning, but I was afraid I'd get lost in the dark. Never mind. Come with me, now. Are you taking me to the village? Who do you take me for, some wretch? Forget what I said last night. Not exactly my finest moment. I didn't mean to be such a brute, truth be told. I'm sorry for what I did too. I got it. All that's dead and buried. Now come. I'm running late for Sunday Mass. Yes. Oh, that heart in the blush. Wait for me, Elise. All right. Bring Rose and Marine home. Yes. Looks a little bit nicer during the day, but still quite lonely, I would imagine. Look at the trees. This game. Flock. I wish they pronounced flock. Maybe I'll find out later that it's slightly different. Oh, so cute. Fluffy companion. Oh, I'm so relieved to see you. Where have you been? You know this goat? Yes, of course. We met on the way to Kieferberg. We've been together since. Yes, we were. Oh, he's the cuddliest little thing, isn't he? The cuddliest little thing, you say? Anyhow, gotta get going. Wouldn't want to be late for Sunday Mass. Ah, yes. I'll be back in a moment, Flock. I have to say, you did a decent job tidying up. You did pretty much everything I asked you to. Oh, I'm so glad. I wanted to assure you I meant no harm, Elise. You kept me up for hours last night, thinking you'd... I get it already. No need to tell me. Here, have some bread. You must be hungry. Yes. Thank you, Elise. You really are too kind. Good grief. You do remember I hit you with a broom, right? Called you a thief, made you do my bedding and whatnot? Most folks would have Sorry. Wait. Okay. Most folks would have tossed me right out the moment they found me, but you didn't. I suppose I didn't. Anyhow, I'm heading out. Don't wander about and don't make a mess. Of course. I won't, Elise. Pursue your love interests. Talk to your favorite girl when you see a heart above her head to schedule a romantic date for later. I would love to do that, but I have to attend Sunday Mass first. I need to get all purified for my date with Rose and Marie. Before you go, Elise. I have something to tell you if you could come meet me later today. What's keeping you from telling me now? Well, it's important, so I'll be in the back by nightfall, all right? For goodness sake. It best be worth my while, you hear? I promise it's nothing bad. We'll see about that. Romantic dates. All romantic dates are marked with the heart icon. Each date will skip one time period. Meet Rose and Marine at the backyard at dusk. I'm not so certain it's a good idea to leave like this, but... Is everything all right, Elise? You be good while I'm gone, you hear? Of course. Look at her. She is swishing. She's having fun. She's playing with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and save our progress again. Overwrite this save slot. Dawn. It is dawn. Let's look at our mailbox. Would you like to revisit the game's tutorials? No thanks. Good to know that any tutorials are here if we need to brush up on anything. Let's say that we took a break, for example, and then it's always nice to have tutorials. I suppose I ought to chop more wood soon. Just when I'd gotten rid of those pesky splinters and blisters. Covered in aged scars, the tree trunk sits bare, its dry surface exposed to the elements. I'm gonna head south here. I'll get an earful from Father Hans if I don't hurry up. Unlocked the map menu. Let's open the map. We're going to attend Sunday Mass, and then later we're going to meet Rose and Marine at the backyard at dusk. Oh, look at all this. So much attention to detail in the map. So many little places to visit. Very involved little land here with descriptions and whatnot. Definitely going to prioritize getting food soon. Okay. We have 10 in terms of currency. We'll definitely want to get more. We also have 9 matches. I wonder how much food we can buy at this point, or if we need to collect some more money. I'm just going to look everywhere. This isn't the time to wander about. I'd best hurry. Okay. Let's go south then. Look at how pretty. And the water. Water looks... it looks like how I would like cartoons to look. How I would like to see more cartoons looking. Every bit of this game is quite magnificent in that way. Oh, we have another save here. This isn't the time to wander about. I'd best hurry. Ooh, that was strange. We'll definitely have to keep track of the fact that there is a save there. It could come in handy at some point. Oh, here we go south. There you are, Elise. Come here, why don't you? Oh, the little orange kitty. Good day, Granny Gretel. On your way to Mass, I see. Anything to keep Father Hans off my back. I have some fresh buns. They'll cheer you right up. Why don't you take a look? Oh, this place looks delicious. Looking cheeky again today, dearie. What am I buying? What am I buying? I can buy 1 bread. Pretzels cost more. I don't know. I'll just buy bread. I'll be broke. Let's do that. Anything else? Some pretzels, maybe. See you, Granny. Tell me if you need anything else, dearie. Very nice. Can we talk to the kitty? Repkachen's got a little something for you, dearie. Thank you, Granny Gretel. You didn't have to. Oh, but I most certainly do. Ought to get some meat on those bones, oughtn't we? You're not coming to Mass today, either? My poor legs can no longer carry me, my dear. Repkachen takes care of you, I suppose. You bet. Hurry now. You don't want to be late. Is there a secret path? Not quite. Need something. I have to get past Annabelle here, and then I'm gonna go here. So, we didn't have to pay for that. Alright. Boxes. And these chickens. Little goat. So I'm not sure if there's any sort of animal raising in this game. I think that there should be, though, because look how adorable these creatures are. Look at this adorable goat. Mrs. Lisbeth's apple trees seem to be doing well this year, huh? Filled to the brim with apples, the barrel stands unyielding despite the visible gaps between its planks. What's with this tree? Let's go down here. Talk to everyone. Might be best to seal our windows and doors, old Wilhelm, just in case. Ah, there she is, alive and kicking. Made it home all right last evening, I see. I did indeed, Mr. Bernard. More importantly, what happened here? That dreaded windstorm, that's what happened. I suppose you didn't have it as bad up in the mountains. I certainly didn't, by the looks of it. Oh, it was a sight you wouldn't believe, lass. Branches and leaves piled up high against folks' doors, entire treetops, some of them. Surely that's a bit of an exaggeration. Alleys took a beating, that's for certain. Some say they heard the wind knocking at their doors. Old Jochen? I have no idea. Says it might have been the witch herself, but... Oh, here we go again. You can never be too certain, lass. Anyhow, I'll be heading inside now, folks. Let us hope for a better night's sleep this evening. May the Lord hear you, Wilhelm. Let's go up here. Story events. All story events are marked with a book icon. If marked by the time icon, they'll skip one time period. Everything all right, Mrs. Linda? Oh, Elise, would you take a look at my poor flowers? That windstorm nearly uprooted all of them from their pots. Was it really that big of a storm? It was only a little windy up at the peaks. Why, you've seen all these branches scattered about town. I heard Brunhilde's roof nearly came off. Oh, it was so frightening. I suppose. She supposes. Let's see. Good seeing you, Elise. Oh, it must have been even worse up in the mountains. It wasn't that bad, believe it or not. Ah, that's such a relief. I'm afraid we weren't as lucky, sadly. Well, I do hope nobody was hurt. We can thank both the Lord and St. Walpurga nobody was, but many of the townsfolk got their windows shattered and their roof tiles blown off. What about you, Mr. Heinrich? Oh, it was awful. Our window shutters were ripped right off their hinges. It'll take all day to tidy up and fix everything. That's all right, dearest. The sooner we get to it, the sooner it'll be done. I can lend a hand if you'd like me to, Mrs. Ariane. That's all right, Elise. Come now, you two. We'd best get inside. There's a doggy. Oh, what are you doing, doggy? I'll talk to the doggy right now. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss anything. What a mess. I won't be going through here anytime soon, I suppose. We'll go this way. This isn't the time to wander about. I'd better hurry. Strange little purposeful glitches there, I believe. This little gray kitty. Monkey. I guess I'm naming the cats now. Mr. Wilhelm's been keeping himself busy, it seems. Covered in dents and scratches, the anvil's smooth surface glistens in the sun. We're gonna head straight to Mass. Goodness, Elise, you look dreadful. Good morning to you too, Mrs. Bertha. Oh, I wasn't certain you'd come today, Elise. Why wouldn't I, Miss Odile? My, Elise, you do look quite tired. Couldn't catch a wink, I'd wager. Frightening, wasn't it? Oh, it must have been dreadful up in the mountains. Not at all. It seems you folks had it worse than I did. My, now that's hard to believe. That was no ordinary windstorm, I tell you. How so, Odile? Oh, I've about had it with this nonsense. She's saying it came from the woodland. That's what. Oh, Odile, it's no use entertaining such notions, my dear. Marielle. I like that name. You'll see, Marielle. All I can see is we're running late for Mass. Goodness, what has Kieferberg come to? After you, Elise. The woodland, huh? Go to the woodland soon. She's curious about everything. Oh, there's a shiny thing down there. This place is packed. Elise. Good morning, Elise. Freya, I like her dress. And her hair. Evergreen Sweetheart. This reminds me of the introductions to characters in Rune Factory 4. I quite like those introductions. How are you always so cheery, Freya? You took so long, I thought you weren't coming. I overslept a little, I suppose. Oh, I can relate to that. Didn't get that much sleep last night. Oh, me neither. And all because of that windstorm. Not even my little sprig could help me. Your sprig? I keep a tiny sprig of lavender under my pillow, you see? Sniffing it helps me sleep better, and it leaves such a lovely... Keep quiet, you two. I'm sorry, Mr. Willow. We'd best focus now, Elise. You're the one wittering on, Freya. Wittering on, I like that. Oh, another girl. Lebkuchen, I believe. May the blessing of the Lord, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit be with us. May the hallowed Saint Walpurga take heed of our prayers. Amen. This Saturday, we will once again be celebrating our patroness, Saint Walpurga. As you all know, preparations for the festivities are already underway. Let us all contribute to the best of our abilities, brethren. That said, I am aware of what transpired last night. Several of our neighbors were severely affected by the windstorm. I urge everyone to lend a hand in clearing out the alleyways. Let us all have compassion for one another in these trying times. Let us trust Saint Walpurga to guide our people and keep Kieferberg out of harm's way. May the Lord be with you, brethren. Amen. He seems like a nice fellow. We are going from morning to mid-morning. Bread brunch. Took you all you had to get out of bed this morning, I'd wager. Lebkuchen. I need to look up these names. Agree, devotee. I should have done that before I started this playthrough. Very funny, Lebkuchen. Jokes aside, Elise. Don't I keep telling you to take off... Don't I keep telling you to take your apron off for Sunday Mass? I'm certain the Lord couldn't care less, so why should you? You're riling me up on purpose again, Leb. Can you tell? Oh, for goodness sake. Why do I laugh every single time? Okay. I'd best get to work now, before it gets late. Don't forget to come about later, Elise. I won't. Relationship menu. So she knows everyone quite well, except for the new girl, Rose and Marie. Let's talk to these folks. Open the locket to check on your romantic relationships with Rose and Marie, Freya, and Lebkuchen. Tasks are available. We best send word to Primmeldorf before... Ah, Elise, didn't see you there. Send word to Primmeldorf, Mr. Gustav? We're having folks from Primmeldorf lend a hand with the festival this year, Elise. I heard the windstorm wasn't as bad up in the mountains last. Freya was fretting over you like you wouldn't believe. She was? You ought to thank the Lord for your good fortune, Elise. Certainly, Father. Hard at work even on a Sunday, are you? When aren't I, Father? Sundays are meant for rest, Elise. You let us know if you ever need a hand, you hear? Of course, Mr. Gustav. Thank you. Well, they seem nice. No wonder Father Hans is such a miserable wretch. What? Please! I would be too if I had to read this gibberish all day. Father Hans' holy scripture rests upon the altar, each page scrawled with annotations. Do you annotate your books? Okay. Saint Walpurga, huh? Basking in its holy glory, the image of Saint Walpurga solemnly watches over Kieferberg Church. This must be Lebkuchen's Bible. Let's see. No, I can't do it. It's so tedious, I can't get past the first sentence. A copy of the Holy Scripture rests upon the altar beneath a thin layer of dust. Thin layer of dust, you say? I remember sneaking into Father Hans's study with Leb when we were children. These 2 rooms have nothing but junk in them anyhow. I remember... Okay, yeah, we... Okay, let's talk to Lebkuchen. I am curious. Couldn't sleep much last night, could you? Did you? Didn't sleep a wink. Explains the hilarity. You're hopeless, Lebkuchen. As long as you keep indulging me. So, it's my fault then? Here you go, before I forget. Pretzels! Good. We need a lot of food. Ah, you brought me my favorite. Mr. Bernard said you were rather late getting home last night. Is that so? I did tell you it was almost time for supper when you stopped by. And I told you Mrs. Alma worked me like a donkey right up until nightfall. Mr. Bernard was fretting over you is all. Mr. Bernard can find better things to do with his time, I'm certain. You really are so stubborn, Elise. Anyhow, it's about time I head out. Say, I'll be up at the bell tower all afternoon if you'd like to keep me company. I'll be there, Leb. Meet Lebkachin at the church tower in the afternoon. So, I'm curious if we want to meet up with too many girls and we don't have enough time, and then we make them unhappy with our keeping Lebkachin company, huh? Can't say I'm not looking forward to it. Well, it seems we already verified the event by just talking to her. We may have to be careful in the future in case there are other afternoon meetings. Mysterious note. There's something written on here. Hallowed Walpurga, sanctified be thy name. May thy will be everlasting, and thy grace all-embracing. Quenched thou shalt be on this Sabbath of the full moon. May this prayer find its restful place in thy life-bearing growth. Prayer. There's something else at the bottom. Kieferberg's offering lies in the crossroads beyond the maypole. May thy thirst be quenched, thy blessings received. In the crossroads. I wonder who dropped this. Doesn't that look like... No. Yeah, it probably doesn't look like anything I've seen yet. I stopped lighting candles ever since Granny Holly passed. Not that they ever did anything anyhow. Kept burning in the wake of a prayer, each candle's flame flickers in serene devotion. It's like they're alive. So this is also a lovely setting. Oh, look at that. This place always brings back such good memories. The fragrant mountain breeze frolics about the rolling hills, spreading its spring cheer all across Kieferberg. Such a storybook atmosphere. And I've always favored games of that sort. Goodness, that's over. What a bore. Then why do you go, Elise? Do you think I'll have to work all day until the evening? Time periods. Each day has 6 time periods, but only 3 are working periods. Morning, afternoon, and dusk. All goals marked with the time icon will skip 1 time period. Let's talk to these friends. We can't all leave Kieferberg over this nonsense. Leaving? Who's leaving? Oh, Elise, it's that witch folks keep wittering on about. That windstorm couldn't have been a mere coincidence. Old Johan's... Calm down, Brunhilde. Think of your baby. Now, I'm not one to believe such things, but I thought you weren't buying into this nonsense, Mrs. Bertha. Why, who are you to say it's nonsense, Elise? But it is nonsense, Miss Bertha. It is nonsense. Do you truly think there's a witch out there? Oh, we wouldn't know, Elise. You seem to be a little too certain about it, young lady. Because it's utterly ridiculous. We ought to be careful when discussing such things. Truly, Dorothea, you never know who could be listening. What are you... Oh, please don't say such things, Mrs. Bertha. Come now, let's change the subject, shall we? Suspicion is up. What? Suspicion is... What a mess. Okay, we're not going there. I do want to talk to my childhood friend. Right here. I think that's what she is, Freya. Elise, I was waiting for you. Waiting for me? I almost forgot to give you this. Ointment. We might need that. You mentioned your hands were feeling dry, right? You didn't have to, Freya. I use it right before bed every night. It does wonders for the skin. I put a little lavender in there, too. Wait, you made this yourself? Of course I did, silly. That's Papa's favorite. His hands are always dry, you see. You do have a knack for this sort of thing, don't you? So I'm told, I suppose. Anyhow, I'd best move along before it gets late. Say, Elise, I was wondering. I'm gonna pick some flowers this afternoon up in the mountains. Oh, we're gonna get in trouble. Flowers. I thought maybe you might care to join me if you'd like. All right, I'll be there, Freya. That's wonderful. Have a nice day, Elise. So, the reason why I'm saying we might get in trouble is, if we only have 3 time periods, what's gotten into her? Hey, there's someone down here. Who are you? Can't be bothered to lend a hand in the alleys, Elise. Folks can look after their own homes, I'd say. Sparing yourself on a Sunday, I see. As a matter of fact, I happen to work every Sunday, Mrs. Lorelei. All right, whatever you say, lassie. Say, have you seen my niece by chance? Molly? I'll take it you haven't, then. No, I don't think I have, Mrs. Lorelei. She's been up to no good lately, you see. Running about, begging for food, skipping class, who knows what else. I see. Nothing a good whipping can't fix, anyhow. I wouldn't be so certain. These friends... You've seen what it did to the alleys, Marielle. Oh, Odalie, what are we to do with you? I'm probably getting all these names very wrong. Is everything all right, Mrs. Marielle? Odalie here is making too much of that windstorm is all. You'll see, Marielle. See what, Mrs. Odalie? Old Johann's right, lass. That windstorm came from the woodland. It's that wretched witch. For goodness sake! You'd best keep such thoughts to yourself, Odalie. The townsfolk are already frightened. You wouldn't want to make it worse. Why, I'm simply trying to alert folks to them. You gotta watch your words, dearie. That's what happens when you try Mrs. Marielle's patience, I suppose. Okay. There's another Annabelle. Okay, we're gonna go. And, oh, we're not gonna work, because we're going on dates. We're too busy to work. We have to date. Can I go in here? I saw a question mark. I want to investigate. Oh, I think I already looked at that, so no big deal. I just want to make sure I don't miss out on any unique events. Working on a Sunday again, Elise. Sundays are for taking one's leisure. I'm afraid I can't afford to take my leisure, old Johann. The festival's this Saturday, Elise. There won't be any shortage of work, I'm sure. You ought to look after yourself, Elise. Ludwig's right. We're facing rather trying times, folks. Trying times, you say? That windstorm was a warning from the witch, lads. Well, for goodness sake. We'll be heading out on patrol again tonight, old Johann. As for you, Elise, make certain you head on home before nightfall today. May Saint Walpurga's blessings be upon us, folks. Living right in the center of Kieferberg would make my life so much easier. On second thought, though, I'd be Mrs. Odalie's neighbor. She has a lot of private thoughts that, I mean, that's not extreme, but I bet she'll have other extreme private thoughts. Alma's home is rather folksy, isn't it? This red wall of hers is such a nuisance, though. Imagine living across Wilma's Inn. Old folks' homes are left behind to rot after they go on to meet their maker, huh? It's such a waste, isn't it? I don't know about that. What do you say, Elise? About what, Mrs. Marlin? Oh, don't mind us. We were just talking about the festival. It's the perfect opportunity to find yourself a groom, Elise. Can't say I'm interested, if I'm honest. Don't try her patience, Marlin. Oh, I was right about Elise's age when I met Tristan. Lucas, too. He wasn't much older when he left for Primmeldorf to get married. Linda, what did I tell you? I won't hear another word about your brother, Linda. It's best I leave them to it. What about her brother? I'm all ears. I'm curious. Okay. Here I thought I wouldn't be seeing you today, Elise. I don't know where again came from. Everything's fine, Mrs. Matilde. I feel like Matilde. But I have no idea. Matilde. I hardly noticed the windstorm. Oh, you can't imagine how glad I am to hear that, dearie. I'm afraid I wasn't as fortunate, however. I can lend a hand with anything you need, Mrs. Matilde. Thank you, dear. All is well. Don't fret. I woke up to a pile of branches blocking my front door, that's all. I had to wait for the lads to come and clear it out. Well, I'm glad it wasn't more serious. So am I, Elise. I was worried about you. Living all alone up in the mountains? I can look after myself, Miss Matilda. I can only hope we can all have a better night's sleep tonight. So she likes this person. She doesn't want to help too much, but she'll make exceptions for people that she really cares about. Are you here to prank Wilma too, Elise? Jacob, why did you tell her? What's this about pranking Mrs. Wilma? It's nothing to do with you. Oh, no, you don't. Out with it, you two. Either spill it, or I'll be telling Mrs. Wilma everything I just heard. Please, Elise, don't tell anyone. Join us then. Let's prank her together. Thoughtful. Deal. Hooray! So, what's this about? Buckets. Oh, I know all about buckets. Buckets? We're hanging a bucket of water above the inn's front door, Elise. So that when she comes out, splash! And how are you two expecting to do this without being seen? Well, goodness sake. Let's go in the shop. Oh, so this is the lady they want to prank. Oh, it's you, Elise, was it? Buying with 0 matches. Everything's so expensive. We might really have to work. Are you sure that's all, sweetheart? Goodbye, Mrs. Vilma. You should come by more often, darling. Okay, I don't know why I gave her that voice. I don't know why I do anything I do. It is all Greek to me. Hey, I can look at these tables. Elias loves Adelie. Elias loves Adelie? Adelie. This must have been left by some guests, I guess. Oh, my voice is starting to... It's starting to go. Wilma's shack. I wonder what she keeps in here. I don't know if it's actually going. Maybe I just need to drink some water. I don't drink any water. I need to drink something. Oh no, I don't know where I put my water. I have to do a cut soon. Okay. What a mess. I won't be going through here anytime soon, I suppose. How long have I been doing this, I wonder? Well, I'll find out soon enough. We're going to find a save point, and then I'm going to cut it for now. We're going to go on a date on the next episode. Okay, my voice. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Matt, for helping me to make this happen. I was always going to plan to play this, but I always put things off into the far distance, into the someday, but that didn't happen this time. I'm actually here playing little Goody Two Shoes here and now, and I'm really glad. And this is going to be 58 minutes. Okay, that's time I need before I need to get a good drink. Get some water. Anyway, part 2 will be out soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.